Confused about what career to choose? Now, not quite sure of the range of study and work options compatible with your personality, aptitude and interests? Welcome to Career Cafe for a ringside view of an exciting career each week. Together, we shall explore the pros and cons, the programs and prospects, the ins and outs, all the stuff you need to make an informed and successful career choice. Hi, I'm your host and career guide Parveen Malhotra, and on the menu today we have a very interesting field, careers in corporate training. Corporate trainers have gained increasing popularity as managements realize that coaching and skilling is absolutely mandatory and crucial need for businesses to upgrade and enhance the skills and productivity of human capital, both at the staff as well as senior management levels. But they're constrained on resources and time. This in turn has opened up a great demand for competent external coaches who can provide time and expertise to handle various issues in today's competitive globalized world. And to tell us all about the opportunities in this field, we have with us Amul Bahl, Founder Director, Shradha HRD. An exemplary achiever, Amul topped his class, scoring a 10-point average, a rare achievement in the annals of IIT Delhi. A change agent in the true sense, Amul has consulted with a bevy of corporates analyzing their entire process flow and suggesting systemic changes for better productivity. A stalwart in leadership, excellence and coaching, his workshops address a wide cross-section ranging from senior management to captains of industry. Besides authoring 5 very interesting mini books, Amul has been zealously promoting the concept of Vedanta in management. Welcome to Career Cafe, Amul. What a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
Really wonderful. So let's start at the very beginning. What all constitutes corporate training?
See, the corporate I would take as an organization.
Yes.
So it could be an NGO, it could be a government organization, it could be government itself.
Yes.
It could be starting from a school to an Infosys, for example. Different people need to perform different functions. And there is always a better way of doing it.
Right.
So training actually comes in because there is a better way of doing it. There is somebody who has done it somewhere else, or a certain skill set is needed which can be enhanced in professionals, so that the net result that is delivered out of the organization in achieving its own goals and aims for society, they are achieved faster, better, quicker, more authentic and true. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, corporate training starts from where you enter the organization to the top of the ladder, which is the CEO, and the buck stops there. So the corporate training encompasses everything that an organization does or can do better.
And so do you have to be an expert in the area in which you're training?
Different subject matters require different approaches. If you are doing technical training, for example, maybe you're training somebody to speak English language.
Yes,
it could be a Japanese corporation, and the head of the organization, a Nomura Bank, for example, would be a person from Japan who would perhaps not be so fluent in English. You would need subject matter expertise. But there are other corporate trainings where you need to have human element, which is to motivate them basically. So you may not need to be a subject matter expert, but ideally better to have more hands-on grip on the subject, and people would listen to you better.
Yes, whether it's soft skills or whether it's English or whether it's a technical skill, you would have to be, the trainer does have to,
yes, definitely.
You know, be adept at what he's teaching. So how does one get into this field?
In my view, I was a hardcore technical person working for my dad till about 2000. When I wanted to get into training, it was a passion from within. So I still feel, and I look for trainers, and we feel that the trainers who are passionate from within have more energy. And once the roots are deep within, then you can attain the heights. As they say, the tree has to be deep rooted inside the earth.
Right.
So the basic premise first is that he or she has to be passionate about training. It's not about only making money or standing in front of 100 people and speaking very well. So that is the starting point. Then the person has to be a subject matter expert. He or she needs to have a personality which needs to be a learning mindset. Constantly he or she has to be aware that, okay, this situation, I can extract this incident and I can present it before class. This is a hallmark of a very good trainer, a person who connects with his class very quickly, because he uses day-to-day example.
Doesn't go by the textbook.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he has to love to read also. Somebody who says, I will not read and upgrade myself, I don't think he would last long in this business. Couple of other points where the trainer needs to gel with people.
Yes, very important.
He has to know the principles of adult learning. Why do people learn? How do people learn? So if we have a class on motivation, for example, and the person is already a high achiever, for example, in insurance industry or a retail industry.
Right.
To motivate that person, he has to see something within that program. Like I remember we used to do a program for Ministry of Labor, class 4 employees working in different ministries who were serving tea and coffee to people. Now they have no incentive money-wise or promotion-wise to do their work better. Their jobs are secure. So to build a programs that they get motivated to learn, that's the hallmark. So he has to connect to that level and ensure that there is a receiving mind behind it. So he has to understand the adult learning principles. Unless he does that, he would not be able to design a program and what activities to use.
So obviously good communication skills. I mean, I could be an expert in my field but not be good at communication or repeating or coming down to the level of your recipient.
Yes, patience, communication skills, the ability to hold a class and their attention, because mind gets diverted. 20 people in class or 50 people in class are coming from different backgrounds.
Yes.
We don't know what they are going through day to day. So their minds get distracted and the attention span has to be brought back into class. Yeah.
So are there proper certifications for training? Are there international,
certifications,
Indian?
Yes, there are international as well as Indian certifications. We have an Indian Society for Training and Development.
ISTD.
Yeah, they do a basic certification. However, I feel that most certifications are subject matter driven. So if you are becoming an executive coach, you would have a certification. If you are becoming a communication skills trainer, you would have a different certification. If you are becoming an assessment expert, profiling expert, you would have MBTI and the other certifications.
Yes, or any process.
Yeah.
Yes.
But basically, foundationally, a trainer, the bare minimum, he or she should go through a basic train the trainer program. Or at a regular interval, so that complacency doesn't set in.
So how do you access these programs?
There are people who do it. Like we do it for our own trainers. All our trainers every 6 months are certified again on Train the Trainer. If we have a new subject that they are going to deliver, obviously they have to go through another Train the Trainer.
Right.
But in India, basically the ISTT is the one which is the nodal agency in this respect. Yeah.
So if you have any queries about careers in training, corporate or otherwise, call us quickly on our toll-free numbers 011-230-35420 and 1800-115314. So tell me, Amul, does it sometimes get repetitive? I mean, if you're delivering it on a day-to-day basis, suppose you're doing, say, English or soft skills or whatever. So how do you keep yourself alive and fresh and motivated?
It's a very interesting point you've raised. Every training, even though you have the same topic, the class is different.
Yes, that's true.
So the questions are different. the way they receive is different. And you have to be alive to the class to be able to enjoy that experience. Otherwise, if you think you are just going to
Top
repeat,
down.
yeah,
Yes.
then it's repetitive.
Then it's like being in, being in a class. And
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But it must be very interesting, no? I mean, I
Very
think with
interesting.
every group you grow and you learn.
Yes, it's one of the rare fields where we say you speak from the throat or you speak from the stomach. So if you speak from the throat, you're not going to change yourself. But training is an industry where people they can earn and change for the better themselves first before they can introduce the change. Plus it gives you such a satisfaction that you have, got so many more people employable better. So like if we have the skill development mission which is going on,
Right.
a lot of corporates are also participating. A person, the basic idea is, supposing I am a diploma engineer and I am getting an X 100 rupees, for example. Now, to upgrade me from that level so that I can move up the ladder and an engineer can move up the ladder and that person can move up the ladder so that we can fill all the ladders.
Right.
So that's what training can achieve for us. It can give us a movement upward and at no cost because somebody else is paying for it. Normally you and I paid for our own education, but
True.
now the corporates pay for training, whether it's BPOs or IT companies, they have 180 days of training. So those kind of facilities, and today the environment is such because the government and the country needs it. So the students and the trainers have a good time now.
So tell me, are the results measurable?
Yes, they
Yes,
should be. They should
be.
They should be.
Because on the day you received your training, you're all gaga and rara.
I'll share something. When we started in 1998,
Amul, we'll just hold this. You must tell us about this. But there's a caller on the line.
Yeah.
Ajay Sharma, welcome to Career Cafe. Hello. Hi, Ajay. I think the line is cut off. So continue.
so I still remember we had a training program in the beginning in 1998, and where we were going to train people at Ranbaxy.
Okay.
The R&D staff of Ranbaxy to become more creative. And at that time, we had to devise a measurement strategy. So we said, okay, let's go practical. How many patents are produced by Ranbaxy by 600 scientists working in that facility? So they gave us an X figure. And we said, okay, after the initiative is finished, in the next 2 years, let's map how many they produce.
Yes.
So that became 3 times. So that was, all measurements have to be done. People just can't go by the fact that the training was very good
Yes.
and you got an A+ on all the parameters and you move out of the class and it's finished.
That's true. That's the ultimate proof of.
There is another example, AT&T, the American.
I think he's back on the line. Rajendra Sharma from Jaipur. Welcome to Career Cafe, Rajendra.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
ये मुझे ये पूछना है कि मेरा जो भी वॉइस है
हाँ
वो
जी।
इतना इम्प्रेसिव नहीं है, अच्छा नहीं है।
हाँ हाँ
बस बाकी मैं भी वैसे आई एम MBA लेक्चरर, मैं कुछ थोड़ी बहुत छोटी मोटी कॉर्पोरेट ट्रेनिंग्स भी करता हूँ, बट आई वांट टू इम्प्रूव ऑन माय वॉइस, तो कुछ
Delivery.
उसके टिप्स बताएं।
बहुत अच्छा सवाल अमूल।
राजेश,
राजेंद्र
जी, आप अपना मिरर के सामने खड़े होके न्यूज़पेपर को जिस लैंग्वेज में आप ट्रेनिंग करना चाहें उसमें पढ़ें और जल्दी में ना पढ़ें, कॉमास और फुल स्टॉप का ध्यान देते हुए पढ़ें और अपनी वॉइस की पिच थोड़ी सी ऊपर रखें, नीचे ना रखें, तो आप देखेंगे कि कुछ 7 से 10 दिनों में आपको इंप्रूवमेंट मिलेगी। अगर आप चाहें तो इसको रिकॉर्ड भी कर सकते हैं एक टेप रिकॉर्डर पे, और उसके बाद अपनी टेप्स बना सकते हैं कि ये आपने 27th को किया, उसके बाद ये 5th Feb को किया, फिर 12th को किया, और आप किसी को भी दिखाएंगे तो आपकी वॉइस क्वालिटी इंप्रूव हो जाएगी।
और आई थिंक थोड़ा सा ब्रेथ कंट्रोल,
Yes.
ये बस आपको सीखना है ना, कि कहाँ सांस लेनी है और
बिल्कुल
Yes, not
वहीं
to
वो
hold
कॉमा और फुल स्टॉप वहीं आ जाएंगे उनके।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। आई थिंक कोशिश करने की बात है, लेकिन हो जाता है। रियली पर ये मिरर में देख के करने का क्या फायदा?
मिरर में देखने से आपकी प्रोनाउंसिएशन भी ठीक हो जाएगी.
अच्छा.
सो जब आपकी प्रोनाउंसिएशन ठीक होगी, कंट्रोल ओवर लैंग्वेज होगा, तो आपकी वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन अपने आप हो जाएगी.
एक और चीज मैंने अमूल नोटिस की है कि इंग्लिश में जो प्रोनाउंसिएशन जो आप कह रहे हैं, जो वावल्स है A-E-I-O-U, जब तक आप पूरा मुंह खोलकर नहीं बोलते तो वो सही सटीक उच्चारण नहीं निकलता, है ना? तो वो मुंह पूरा A-E करने से the pronunciation comes out perfect. So you just, I think this is where the mirror exercise really helps. We'll take a short break here, but when we return, we'll continue our discussion on careers in careers in corporate training, and also continue taking your queries. So stay right there. Welcome back to Career Cafe. We are looking at careers in corporate training, and with us is Amul Bahl, Director, Shradha HRD. Amul, we have, there's a caller waiting on the line, so let's ask him what he has to say. Mohammad Aman from Chennai, welcome to Career Cafe.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, I work as a cabin crew.
Uh-huh.
My question is that I have a shelf life. I cannot work as a cabin crew forever.
That's true.
So the next step, in my opinion, is join corporate training.
Yes.
But exactly what field should I go for? Corporate training in itself is a huge field.
Yes, it's absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And I think Amul would help you sort that out. But just listening to your voice, I think he's very good in terms of delivery. So as far as communication and speaking and soft skill training, which is part of your cabin crew training repertoire anyway, I think that's where he could begin. No?
Easily, because you would notice that you would have a lot of strengths, and you would be attracted to certain fields in, so if you're a cabin crew member, you could become a trainer in that field. You could become a trainer
within that. Yes.
A trainer in etiquette. You could be trainer in grooming. It could be a finishing school because you are well turned out and you know the nuances of how to do this. However, I would advise that you should make a small sheet for yourself, which is your SWOT analysis. So you do a strength, weakness, basically, and opportunities and threats, we should let it be.
Yes.
If your strengths are what you have, then you look at a company which you can, maybe a small company which is doing diverse training, join them, become a trainer there. The idea being that you have expertise in one subject and do diverse segments around it. Don't change too many subjects too soon. So once you become proficient at, say, an X subject, you've done different levels in that, different industries in that, then you change your subject, add more subjects.
Add more.
So that way you will keep growing as a trainer and you will not feel redundant ever.
Also, Amul, what he could do is he could enroll with ISTD, because theirs is a distance learning classroom sort of combo. That would serve him well. So he doesn't have to quit his job to do that. He
Not
can,
at all.
He can do that on the side whenever he's touching down Delhi, etc. You know, you attend the classes as and when he needs to. I think that would be the perfect way for you to tool yourself, and then slowly.
And don't ever think that you're redundant.
Yes, I don't think
human beings never become redundant, machines can be.
No, sometimes in a particular job profile, etc., you can become redundant. But,
but
overall,
the very fact that he's asked a question, that means he has the awareness to not become redundant.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I hope you've got your answer there, and best of luck to you. So Amul, what are your other tips for people like Mohammed?
If they are getting into corporate training, they have to look at a company which will not make them redundant. Which means if they're supposing somebody is doing language skills training and they join a BPO. So day after day they'll just be doing that. Whereas they should join a company which could perhaps do a month of BPO and then some other day some other training company, and another manufacturing company or a financial company. So you will get experience into different backgrounds.
That's very important.
And the language needs of those sectors also would be slightly different. It would not merely be accent training. Somewhere it would be more written, somewhere it would be more technical writing. So you would get experience into all that. Once you have that, then you upgrade yourself and move into a different subject matter. So move from communication to move to maybe say time management, to managerial efficiency programs, and then slowly getting to coaching and feedback.
Yes, and because he's been a cabin crew, for instance, even many of the IT companies and other companies that have dealings with, their foreign counterparts, etc., need coaching.
Easily, he'll fit in easily.
He'll fit in fantastically into that slot.
Easily,
no?
yes.
So that is something that, he could be looking at. Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. So how do you then rise, what would your career path be? Now suppose someone joins, say, a company like yours or any other company, they'd put them through training on both aspects, the soft aspects as well as the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you would accompany a senior trainer, do a part of the training.
Yeah,
and
we call it shadowing.
Oh, that's called shadowing.
Shadowing, yeah.
Okay.
So we go to the corporate, we have live training and the person shadows the trainer.
Okay.
And then slowly handover is done to the junior trainer or the new trainer, I would say. No, there's no junior there.
We have yet another caller, Rajiv from Jammu. Welcome, Rajiv. Hello. Hi, Rajiv.
Hello.
Yes, Rajiv.
Hi, Rajiv. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Wonderful. हाँ.
मैम मैंने पूछा था सबसे सवाल कि मैंने एमसी किया 2010 में
जी
उसके बाद मैंने ज्वाइन किया था एडुकॉम सॉल्यूशन लिमिटेड एज ए ट्रेनिंग मैनेजर
जी
तो उसके बाद अभी मैं ज्वाइन कर रहा हूँ आई एम वर्किंग एज एन एरिया मैनेजर इन एक्स्ट्रा मार्क्स एजुकेशन तो क्या एजुकेशन सेक्टर में ट्रेनिंग जो डिपार्टमेंट है उसमें कुछ ग्रोथ है उसमें कुछ मैं और भी आगे कैरियर बना सकता हूँ
बिल्कुल सबसे ज्यादा तो ग्रोथ एजुकेशन सेक्टर में ही है क्योंकि एजुकेशन ये ट्रेनिंग एक तरह का एजुकेशन ही है
बिकॉज ऑफ द गैप इन एजुकेशन एंड द कॉर्पोरेट नीड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नीड ट्रेनिंग इंडस्ट्री हैज come up
thrived. Yes. Absolutely. आप देखें ना आप बी स्कूल्स देखें या आप टी स्कूल्स यानी इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस देखें जो थियोरेटिकल नॉलेज और प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज है उसको ब्रिज करने के लिए तो ट्रेनिंग
होता है बस
बिल्कुल तो आप अपना जैसे अमुल जी ने बताया अपना एक थोड़ा स्वॉट एनालिसिस करके कि कहाँ आपकी पकड़ कहाँ है कॉम्पिटेंसी कहाँ है अगर आपने एडुकॉम्प वगैरह के साथ काम किया है तो बाय नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड द एजुकेशन सेक्टर very very well right from school to college to technical and specialized education I think he would fit in no?
easily and there's so much going on in the education space higher education the junior education everywhere there is scope you should just focus on your Rajiv on your strengths first and not worry about the sector grow kar raha hai
sector grow kar raha hai absolutely Sudhakar from Noida welcome Sudhakar what's your question
So my name is Shradha HRD and I'm working in BPO sector and I'm working since 4 years.
Right.
But I'm worried about my common skill. Actually, somehow there is an MPI issue that I'm facing in my common skill.
In your communication skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha. So that's a very pertinent question which a lot of young people, you know, they are competent, they're educated, पर हम अंग्रेजी में फूफा नहीं मार सकते.
It's our second language, obviously. So first language is Hindi or some other language. So it's nothing to feel bad about.
Nothing to feel bad about. Absolutely.
It takes about a month to get this all sorted. So I don't think there is a big issue. Divakar. Sudhakar, sorry.
Yes.
So Sudhakar, there is no big issue in this. I think about a month if you just practice the language skill. Yes. Your MPI will go. It's not so strong. I can hear it.
Yes, it's not so bad. It's just you have to be very aware. I think you know what we do when we watch TV, for instance. We're just focusing on what is being said. Now you have to focus on how it is being said. And so if you attentively listen, you know, you will
Very small tip for him, even if he doesn't enroll in a training program, he should not watch Aaj Tak, for example. Nothing against Aaj Tak, but not the Hindi channels, but he should watch the English channels, which is perhaps an NDTV or a CNN, IBN.
Or Headlines Today.
Or Headlines Today, yeah.
So
something where English is the primary language and is spoken the way English should be spoken.
Absolutely. You have to just focus on how.
And the newspaper reading in front of the mirror will definitely help.
That, and I think he should grab every opportunity to communicate in English.
English.
You know, हम लोग जब आपस में होते हैं तो we break into Hindi or our native language, but आपको तो दवाई समझकर उसको आप English.
अगला हिंदी में भी बोले तब भी आप इंग्लिश में बोले.
हाँ, बिल्कुल. तो अमूल, ये कितनी अच्छी टिप्स आपने बताए. Thank you so much for coming to Career Cafe and encouraging all our listeners and viewers. And with that, we wrap up today's show here. Next week on Career Cafe, we'll look at yet another super career. But before that, let me leave you with a thought. If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. So bye for now, keep trying and be your best.